Nothing says you care like crypto.
Not me getting fully ready to go to a singles Valentine mixer, and now I don't want to go.
Single men of New York City, I have a very strong hunch that you're not going to a lot of like speed dating events or singles mixers.
Almost 90% of the people there were by themselves.
Seems to me that men are the prize after all. These events be full of women and just a few men.
Why is dating in this generation so goddamn difficult?
There is a video of 50,000 views that single girls want to meet single dudes. Can we do an event?
I'm looking for hot, fit, single guys of New York.
The ratio is always more women than men because now more women are looking to settle down. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
I went to a singles event, and everyone's wondering why I went to a singles event. Well, gee, I don't know, because I'm single. Why else do you go? I'm not married. So yeah, I went. And it was all women, so I'm not going back.
Not me getting fully ready to go to a singles Valentine mixer, and now I don't want to go. Do I just stay home and watch a movie, or do I just rally and do it for the plot?
Hardwig Soft Life Experiment Part 5. I decided that it is my fault that I am single because I have not put myself in the right places enough times. So I am taking matters into my own hands, and I went to a singles mixer tonight. To help me attract my pasta and lobster man, I wore one of my new wigs with no edges.
Where have the real men gone? This lady went on a date with someone she met online. She goes to the bathroom and comes back, and the man is gone. He has just completely left.
That's Uncle Angry right there. That's Uncle Angry's teaching right there. That's right. That's right. You don't have to stay there, brother. You don't have to stay in there and put up with that, all right? Two people went on that date. She can pay her bill. She can pay her part of the meal, okay? What more than likely ended up happening is if nothing had come yet, he took off, or if food had already arrived, what the guy will often do is he'll tell the waiter, like, listen, man, I got to get the heck up out of here. I will cover my part of the bill. I'm not slipping out, but this woman is just trying to use me for a free meal. You know how it is. So, and they understand. They understand. You know, dude will leave it like, listen, I'll leave my, I'll give you my card. You can charge my card. Go ahead and charge your card. And, but I'm not paying for her meal. So I just need to go, man. I just got to go. And that's what's going on, bro. That's what's going on right now. Men don't care about dating anymore. They don't care about dating. They don't care about relationships. They don't care about interactions because they've had enough of the BS with women out here like do it for the plot. Hard times have arrived. Women said they would prefer the bear over men, but now they don't want to go out with Yogi and Boo Boo because Yogi and Boo Boo don't have that kind of money. Yogi and Boo Boo don't have that kind of money. And despite what we've seen on television, Yogi and Boo Boo are not putting up with that BS. They're not putting up with the BS. Guys, today's video comes from Comeyverse. His channel will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go check him out. Watch the end of the video to fully understand the implications of men no longer caring about dating and relationships and how this will affect women going far, far, far into the future. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble, guys. We're releasing most of our content exclusively on Rumble now. So if you want to enjoy our content, go ahead and head over to Rumble. It's linked in the description of the video, and it's also linked in the chat. For those of you on the tube right now wondering why you're not able to comment, we actually have member-only mode on, so we're doing this stream. We're doing this exclusively just for the members right now, so if you're a member of the channel, you can actually comment on the tube. We're just seeing how it goes. We want to do something special for our members that support our content. So right now, this is member-only chat. If you want to comment, if you want to take part in the chat, then you can join up. Or you can head over to Rumble, and everyone can still comment on Rumble at, regardless if they are a member or not right now. So if you want, if you want to comment on the tube, you can do that by becoming a member. Or if you want to comment, without having to pay for it, you can head over to Rumble, which is where most of you should be anyway. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the video momentarily after after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy. Now, we actually have a brand new product over in the Academy, which many of you guys should be paying absolute attention to right now because things are absolutely insane out there. So don't forget to check out Angry's Crypto Academy. Times are changing fast and opportunities are knocking louder than ever. We've just launched the Crypto Freelancing Blueprint, your guide to making a living in crypto. Even if you're just starting out, from writing to data entry, learn how to land gigs, get paid in crypto, and secure your future. Angry's Crypto Academy also continues to teach you how to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Don't wait. Take control and thrive with crypto today. The Academy is linked in the description of the video. And now let's go ahead and jump right back into the video.
What happened to men of decency, men of character? What happened to sitting down with a woman and having an enjoyable dinner, having
an enjoyable dinner that he has to pay for, that he has to foot the bill for? Listen to me, men aren't putting up with it anymore. All right, listen, Keisha or Kishana or whatever other name you go by. These men are not in the bill for you anymore, sweetie. All right. Not in the bill for you anymore. You can't hide that androgynous look under all of that makeup. Men are not going to tolerate the BS anymore, doll.
Nice conversation, and then walking the woman to her car, or at that time, driving a woman, back home and going on about your way. Even if the conversation, even if you realize that you did not jail with this woman.
This is 2025. No one has that kind of money anymore, dear. You're not getting any more free meals off us, all right? We already know how y'all operate. Y'all are foodies, all right? We're not doing those foodie calls anymore, y'all. Listen to me. These are consequences, and to be very honest, these are very mild consequences, because the men are basically telling you to go and pay for your own food now, pay for your own meal, pay for your own bills. And this is what y'all are out here doing because you've been living off men for so damn long and using men to subsidize your living. Now y'all can't survive on your own, and men don't care.
Woman, you still had a nice date.
That man could have left for multiple reasons. Maybe she didn't look like her profile picture, or maybe her energy was completely different in person. But a lot of women like to do this. They confuse trifling men for good men, acting like all men are playing games, when, in reality, the good men she's trying to fit in this box aren't even entertaining the dating world as much anymore. Many of them have grown tired of the endless cycles of deception and entitlement. These good men aren't ghosting, they're opting out. They're redirecting their energy toward building their lives, focusing on their careers, and finding peace instead of wasting time in a dating market that doesn't appreciate them. The types of men that these women are getting played by in the dating market are the players, the ones who never had any intention of committing in the first place. And because they get ghosted, used, or hurt by these men, they turn around and say, "Where are the good men?" As if all men are the same, when in reality, the good men were either overlooked, rejected, or ignored.
Come to a singles event with me alone. I told myself I was going to be more independent and go to events alone, and my friend was hosting this one, which is why I went, and she made me do a speed dating activity, which was actually really interesting. I got to meet a lot of people, so this is your sign to put yourself out there and be independent.
I went to a singles event last night, and yes, you might think they're corny, they're cheesy, they might be the rejects all in one room.
Single men of New York City, I have a very strong hunch that you're not going to a lot of speed dating events or singles mixers, because the ratio always seems off and there always seems to be a scramble to get more guys to show up at these events. So single men, what are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you hanging out? Are you only using dating apps to meet people? Just where are you and how can we find you?
You said, "Leave us alone." We've listened. Why would a guy go to get swiped left on in real life? I'm tired of being used as an human wallet, so I stay home. Emotionally mature and stable, single men are at home living in peace. Well, madam, your strong hunch is correct. Many men are not attending these singles events, and why would they? There's really no reason to show up in person just to experience the same thing they already do on dating apps. If anything, in-person events are often worse. At least with dating apps, men can filter through options quickly and move on when they sense disinterest. But at these events, they're expected to put in effort, approach women, and risk public rejection, often in front of an audience, while the women sit back and wait to be pursued. And let's be real, many of these events attract the same women who are only there for validation, attention, or just to have something to do, not because they're genuinely looking for a relationship. The ratios will always be off because at the end of the day, these guys just really don't care to go. And why would they? What's the incentive? They already know they're walking into a situation where they're outnumbered by women who have sky-high expectations.
Not me truly believing that I was being like sexy and mysterious at a singles event, only for a guy to approach me and ask, "Are you okay?"
One thing about me is just like, where's my husband? You know what I mean?
I'm looking for hot, fit, single guys of New York City who want to come to a workout on Friday night, 6:45 for hot, sexy singles. It's going to be a hot sculpt class. If you want to get off the apps, as you should, because they're so lame, come in person.
Do you see this BS? So this guys, do you notice a lot of these women are from New York City? A lot of these women are from New York City, and they're looking for hot single guys. In other words, so basically, if you don't meet a certain metric, they don't want you guys. This is women don't understand. Men are just doing what they're told to do. Like if most men were to go to these events, they would be just straight up disrespected, used for money, and and shame there. Like, how dare you talk to this? How dare you talk to me? You're too old. How dare you talk to me? You're too fat. How dare you talk to me? You're too short. Like, women don't understand. They're bashing men. For example, they go to some of these events, and the only men at the events are guys who are older. So then the guys who are older are now talking to them, and they are creeped out and calling these men all sorts of names for talking to women, for talking to them and other women who are younger than them. So these women are 30, the men are 40, and they're pissed off that these 40-year-old men or 50-year-old men are talking to them. And they're bad-mouthing these men and shaming these men. And then they get pissed off, but these men don't go to these events anymore. You see, what women want to do is they want to be surrounded by a bunch of men that they can reject. And guys, they're going after. They're saying that it's no longer good enough to be a handsome man. It's no longer good enough to be a man who is 6 feet tall. It's no longer good enough to have a six-pack. It's no longer good enough to make above six figures. Being a millionaire is not enough anymore. Having a six-pack is not enough anymore. Being handsome is not enough anymore. Being above 6 feet tall is not enough anymore. This is what they're saying. What they're really trying to convey is that they don't want you. They just want you to approach them so that they can reject you. And if they do accept you, it will only be on the basis that they will gaslight you, use you for your value, and then eventually discard of you while continuing to indefinitely extract wealth and resources from you for as long as they possibly can. Marriage, dating, and relationships are such a bad deal for men. And the reason why women do this is because they believe that men exist to serve them. So they want a husband-wife where this man has to be their best friend and do everything that they say and give them everything that they want. And then he's a good man. And even then, it's still not enough. They don't understand that what they want is impossible. And why they're doing this is because they're not listening to reason. They're listening to their emotions. Men rationalize using facts. Women rationalize using feelings. So even the most ridiculous things will make sense to them because they are not basing things on facts. They're basing things on feelings. And the only thing that a woman truly is loyal to in this world are her emotions.
Don't listen to men. Women think that men were created to serve them. So if you ain't serving them, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because at the end of the day, women think that this is we need to teach males to do this. Women want men to be women. Women want society to transform a male into a female. Women hate women. Women hate each other. But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
That doesn't make any sense. But you have to understand, women are not using facts. They're using feelings, and they rationalize entirely using feelings. So of course, none of this makes sense. By the way, guys, don't forget that, in the next 10 minutes, we're going to be moving over to Rumble exclusively. So I'm just giving you a 10 minutes head up that, we're going to be moving over to Rumble exclusively in 10 minutes, and then I'll do the 5-minute warning coming up in a little bit. But you have about 10 minutes to get over to Rumble. So if you're watching on the tube right now, go ahead and hop over to Rumble. It's linked in the description of the video as well as in the chat. Modern women have made these decisions for themselves. They chose this for themselves. They chose the bear, and now they don't want to go and hang out in the woods. They chose this reality, and now they don't want to live by it. They don't want to accept it. They want, they're miserable. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you did this. You said, this is what we want. You said, this is how it is. And men said, okay, cool. We'll give you exactly what you want. You wanted to be single, we'll let you be single. We'll leave you to your peace. All right. We'll let you go and get the so-called, Chads and Tyrones that you so desire. And we'll just go our own way. But women, of course, are now, lashing back like, wait a minute. We didn't tell you could go anywhere. Guys, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't as a man. And it's like women have, this is the society that we now live in because of the actions of women. And it's never going to stop. This behavior is never going to stop. It is never, ever going to stop because women think this way. Women believe that men are designed, men were created to serve them. Men were created to serve women. Which is absolutely wrong. This is how women end up into states of poverty and destitution. This is how women end up into states of hardship because women were not designed to live without a husband. No matter what some of you like to say to me, no matter what you want to say to me, oh, angry, I know women who, no. You think you know women. You don't. You don't know anything about women. Women need men to survive. And they're all out here trying to chase after Chads and Tyrones. Guess what do Chad and Chad and Tyrone have? They have options because they are in demand. What does little Poncho have? He has options because he is in demand. So he's not living up to the ideals of a woman. Women have to basically live up to his ideals. Women have to live up to his wants and his needs. They don't understand any of this. Men didn't make these rules, women did. Men are just playing by the rules that women established. Women said these things, women did these things. Women don't want men to have a moment of peace in their lives. That's another unfortunate thing. Like modern society is worse for men than I would say even during the days of SLAVERY. Women don't want men to have any peace. At least back in those days, if you were unfortunately a part of that system, as long as you did your job, old massa would leave you alone. In today's day and age, no, you're done. You are done. Okay. And when I talk about SLAVERY, I'm not talking about in the United States. I'm talking about globally. White males made up the vast majority of all slaves throughout history. But the sad reality is that the lifestyle for a man today is much worse than even during a period where men were, SLAVEs, because men are men pay 80% of all taxes, but women make 80% of all consumer purchases. Over the course of a man's life, he will leave a surplus on the economy when he passes away. So he will put more money into the economy than he takes out. Over the course of a woman's life, she will leave a deficit. She will take more money out of the economy than she puts in, the average man versus the average woman. We pay as men 80% of all taxes. Women, on the other hand, make 80% of all consumer purchases. What does that actually tell you? It tells you that society cannot survive without us. So we're the ones holding up society, yet we're the ones most demonized by society. Make that make sense. It doesn't. And women are never going to change. The only things that women will ever regret are consequences. Women will never regret their actions. They will only regret the consequences that come as a result of said actions. because that's how women think and that's how women operate. And it's an unfortunate situation, but it's a situation that we are presented with nonetheless. The only option that a man has to survive and thrive is to walk away. And in many cases, if he wants to find happiness, true happiness, it's either he needs to go, like, do the whole homesteading thing, or either he needs to do the whole homesteading thing, or just tear me out on it, like, or move overseas and become a passport king. But you cannot have anything to do with relationships in Western society because they are hands down toxic. They are toxic, they are degenerate, they are disrespectful. They provide no real value to you as a man. Why would you want to mess around and then find out? The saying is mess around, find out, mess around, find out. Why would you want to mess around with someone who doesn't even like you? By the way, guys, you actually have, I'm just going to tell you guys, you've got like 4 minutes. Yeah, you guys have 4 minutes to get over to Rumble. You got 4 minutes to get over to Rumble. Yeah, guys, it's 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes to get over to Rumble. I'm not playing games. I'm being so real with y'all. You have 4 minutes to get over to Rumble. It's linked in the description of the video. It's linked in the chat, on the tube. You have 4 minutes to get over there. All right. Bondi says, Black slave owners owned white slaves. No one ever mentions that and never will. The ratio of slave owners of black slave owners to white slave owners was actually greater. So there were actually more African Americans who actually owned SLAVEs than there were whites. In fact, the average white person was poor and could not afford SLAVEs or just chose not to participate in it. History is a very strange thing. Never forget, it's the winners who write history, and those who write history are the ones who control the narrative. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It just matters who has the power of the pen and the paper. It only matters who has the influence. That's it. There's so many things that we are conditioned to learn in school that the reality is they never happen, or the actual facts are completely different. You have to really, really, really wake up and realize that society is so full of crap. All right. Like I said, guys, you've got only a couple of minutes to jump on Rumble now. You've got 3 minutes, guys, 3 minutes to get over to Rumble. And then and then I'm going to pull the plug on the tube. I see a bunch of you beginning to scurry over to Rumble, like the number starts to go up, the number starts to go up as you begin to scurry over there. It's no game. It's not a game, it's not a game. I'm gonna pull the plug soon, just like you pull the life support. It's just gonna pull the plug soon, and then it's gonna go out, and then we're just gonna be on Rumble alone. Shout out to Josh Irwin. He says, funny how I broke down proper threat assessments and financial risk today, and literally goes hand in hand with assessments of risk of dating, isn't it? Ha 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 ha. Dating is completely, it's a foolish thing right now. It is a complete fool. Like you have to be a fool. You have to be an absolute fool to go on a date as a man in today's society, to be taken advantage of, to be used for your utility and then discarded. You have to be an absolute fool. No one in their right mind would engage in something like that. We're just being so damn honest. Who would want to get themselves involved in that? Only a fool would get themselves involved in something like that. Because it's a bad deal. And basically, we're just going on dates with people who don't even like us and just want to use us for our value, who just want to extract our wealth and resources from us. It's ridiculous. By the way, guys, you have 1 minute to get over to Rumble. 1 minute to get over to Rumble. If you have not done it so already, the link is in the description of the video, and it's also it's also linked in the chat. I mean, guys, modern women chose this miserable reality, and now they have to deal with it, but they don't want to because they don't like accountability. Sadly, and it's true, most women are allergic to it. They're allergic to accountability.
That's half guys, half girls, and I have more guy spots to fill. So if you know of a hot single guy, please send this video to them and spread the word. I hope to see you there, 6:45 in Chelsea. Message me for more info.
In the comments section of this video, only women responded saying they wanted to come. Not a single guy showed interest. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this because, realistically, it's mostly women in their 30s who suddenly start looking to settle down. This woman is requesting hot single guys to fill up her roster. But let's be honest. Will the quality of women attending actually match the quality of the hot guys she wants there? That's the real question. Because high-value, attractive men who have their lives together aren't struggling to get women. They don't need to attend singles events or put themselves in a room where the odds are stacked in their favor already. If anything, they have more options than ever and can be just as selective, if not more. These guys have no reason to go out of their way when women are already competing for their attention elsewhere. Meanwhile, the women who ignored good men in their 20s are now the ones scrambling to find a good man when the dating market isn't catering to them anymore.
I made a post asking where the single men are in Atlanta that are not completely unhinged, because I'm new here and this is majority of the comments that I got. But let's go see if we can find them in the wild. Maybe they're at the grocery store. Can confirm they are not. All right, so no prospects in there, but there was quite literally no one in there, so I'm keeping hope alive. I did find these beautiful flowers though, so the saga continues. Drop some suggestions in the comments.
It's 11 p.m. I was out from 5 to 11 tonight in Boston, bar hopping, trying to meet some eligible bachelors. But we went to, me and my friend, 7 different bars in Boston. And the crowds were just off. Where are the late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s year old men going? We went to a couple places by the Garden because there was a Bruins game tonight, and then we went out in Seaport, a couple sports bars, cocktail bar, and the crowd was either really young, like early 20s, mid 20s, or really old, like 60s. So I'm just wondering, where are the men our age hiding? Because I go out, I have hobbies, I don't want to go back on the apps, but where are they?
This is every woman's struggle today. They go out to bars, attend events, and even put themselves in places where men are located, yet somehow they just can't seem to find a good man. And it's really unfortunate that dating has come to this. But the real question is, are these women truly looking for a good man? Or are they looking for a specific kind of man? One who meets their long list of requirements and is still willing to chase them? Because